Merry Vlogmas. Welcome to day one. Seeing that this is the first time I've ever done Vlogmas, I did some research and I found out that it is customary to do a Decorate for Christmas with Me video on the first day of Vlogmas. And then here's where I ran into a problem. I started decorating for Christmas the second week of November. I like to go ahead and get my decorations up early so that I can enjoy them for longer. And then I didn't decide to do Vlogmas until Thanksgiving weekend. So I don't have a Decorate with Me video, but I can give you a tour of my Christmas decorations. So welcome to my home. Glad to have you here. My name is Melissa Ike. Let's take a look at some Christmas decorations. Okay, welcome to my living room area. That window looks out into my backyard. Here's my fireplace that I don't use, but I love the mantle for decorating. I just show a fire on my television screen instead, and it still makes me feel warm somehow. And my Christmas tree. This is the first of many red birds you'll see. This is the second of many red birds you will see. Bought that Christmas tree at a €2 store in France, wreath made by my friend Adrian. I painted this a few years ago and it features a red bird. My niece painted that letter M for me. More birds. I collect teacups. My mom gave me that one for Christmas. This note came from my uncle. We were staying in the same hotel a few years ago for Christmas, and when I got back to the hotel a few hours after him, he left this note in the elevator for me to discover. It lives on my TV all year round. A slow pan of my Christmas tree with gifts I've already purchased. We got a bird. We've got a jingle bell. This is my favorite ornament because it's from the Red campaign that supports efforts to fight AIDS. A dragonfly from one of my cousins because of the Dragonfly Home. This one's from my mom, representing the nonprofit I co-founded. And that says, faith makes it possible, which I definitely experienced. Oh, red bird. And next to the red bird, an Eiffel Tower because I lived in France. My mom tatted this snowflake for me. It's a form of lace making. It's beautiful. Candle about Jesus bringing the light of the world. Here's the crown I got in England. Here's a snowman I got in Edinburgh. Red bird, brown bird, blue bird. My friend Hannah did a glass blowing class and made that for me. Christmas tree with French words on it and a jingle bell. Here is my office. I hang those sheets on the wall and on the ceiling to dampen the sound because I record my podcast. Here's a cute little bird. Panning up, and I realized I still had November on the calendar, so I flipped it, and then I did this part, and there's a new message that I love for December, and there's a red bird. This is my spare room where I have a little tree that features all my fun pop culture-y ornaments. Here is a woodland creature family. And this is a wreath that I made a few years ago. I love it. Happy Christmas. Starbucks cup. TARDIS from Doctor Who. Gem from Gem and the Holograms, my all-time favorite cartoon. Dwight Schrute bobblehead. It used to play some of his phrases. Dunder Mifflin logo. The Office logo. Rainbow Bright, classic 80s cartoon. And red bird. While I was doing my other Vlogmas research, I saw a bit of advice that I thought was really good. It said to take your usual message and really incorporate that into Vlogmas. You know, so some of the people whose videos I watched were lifestyle vloggers, and so that's what their Vlogmas videos were all about. Some were about business, some were about parenting. So naturally, that's what their videos were about. This is really my entry into vlogging, but I do have a message that I've honed over the years through writing and through a podcast, and this is what my message is. I want to take everything that I have in this life, any skill, talent, experience, natural aptitude, passions, I want to use that to change the world and to make it a better place. My full-time job is at a nonprofit that I co-founded called the Dragonfly Home in Oklahoma City. I'm the Director of Communications and Development, and we serve victim survivors of human trafficking. And before we co-founded Dragonfly, I always had this personal mission in life to do anything I could to try and make this world a better place. And I'm incredibly fortunate. When I stop and think about it, I can't believe how fortunate I am to have been able to build this career around helping people. And I call it a career, and that felt off. Like, to have this personal mission that every day the work that I get to do is to help people, and they've survived darkness that is unimaginable. And the fact that my job is to support our services so that these incredible, strong, resilient individuals can build a new life, a life that they want for themselves. And that's just a little sliver about me. As you can imagine, I've learned a lot over the last almost 6 years of running Dragonfly with my fellow co-founders and directors. And then activism I was engaged in before that. And this really lifelong passion for taking what I know how to do and like, all right, how can we change the world, everyone? Like, literally as a kid, this is how I was. And now I want to take everything that I've learned about how to make an impact in this world sustainably and survive, take care of ourselves so that we can make a long-term impact. And I want to share that with you. That is the theme of my podcast. My podcast has been called Making Your Impact, but I've got some reveals about the podcast to come later this month during Vlogmas. And so it's not going to be entirely about that. That's just who I am. Like, I can't not talk about this kind of thing and incorporate it into every aspect of my life. I couldn't stop myself if I tried. So that is going to be a lot of what I talk about during this month. I also get super excited for this time of year because I love the new year. I love putting together my bullet journal. I love setting my resolutions and goals for the next year. I love the clean slate that comes with turning over the calendar page to a new year. I'd say I'm looking forward to it even more than usual this year. I can't wait to share Vlogmas with you. This is new for me. I'm going to be talking about that as well. My thoughts on Vlogmas, how to do it, how to survive it, and all the things, all the insecurities and vulnerable feelings that I've already faced just starting out, just in the first steps. I think that getting to the end of Vlogmas, I'm going to learn something about myself during this time. So that wraps up this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on Instagram at Melissa Ike. Ike is spelled E-I-C-K. And I will see you here tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 2.